PS5 power source, plug it to the power. We got no beep, completely dead. After we took the console apart, let's plug it, and we're going to check first the 12-volt input from this connector here. 0 volt. No, there is no short here. So quick check in the board, there is no burn-in mark. So let's plug it again and we check the input. Yeah, there is no voltage here. So definitely this is a power supply problem. Yeah, we're gonna take the power supply and we'll check it. The power supply, and let's check the fuse. The fuse is good. I don't see any burning mark. So let's check the diodes and MOSFETs. So we'll check these MOSFETs here. There is a MOSFET and diode right here. This is a MOSFET. This is a diode. That's not short, that's just the charge in the capacitor. You can see here, we don't see zeros. It's not like this. So there is another two MOSFETs here. No short. No short. PS5 with a different problem, but from the same power source. One PS5, it has a bad power supply. If I plug it here, we have no output voltage. We have the voltages here. And I check it good. I find some bad component. So I try to replace them with whatever I do have here, but it didn't work. So there is some ICs that could be bad. So this one is just, it doesn't work. This board came with this bad power supply. I did check the HDMI IC for the short. There is no short in it. This PS5 power source as well, it has a shorted HDMI IC. First time we got it, when I push the power button, I hear one beep, then it's go off. I replace the HDMI IC. Now I don't hear no beep at all. It's not responding to the power button. I order another HDMI IC, I replace it, do the same thing. I put the shorted HDMI IC back, I push the power button, I hear the beep. So it has one beep with the bad shorted HDMI IC, but it doesn't power on, it doesn't have no beeps at all with the good HDMI IC. So it's very strange. When I remove the HDMI IC completely, the console, I turn it on, it beep, the first beep, then it's go off. That's without the HDMI IC. With the good HDMI IC, no beep. With the bad HDMI IC, it beep one time. This is the one that has a bad power supply. The same thing. When I want to test it with the other good power supply that has a 12 volt, from this board that has a bad HDMI IC, it's completely dead. There is no beep when I click the power button. Yeah, I removed the HDMI IC, it's beep one time. And I got another good known power supply. I tested with this board that I replaced the HDMI IC. The console doesn't want to turn on. There is no beep, nothing completely. When I tested with this console here, it beep because it doesn't have the HDMI IC. It beep one time, then goes off. And that's a good power supply. So now I have two boards with exactly the same problem. And yeah, let's check some voltages. If you know about this problem, just let me know where to check. So this one, it replaces two HDMI IC here. And I did check online for this problem. I watch a lot of videos, but none of them talking about this issue. Yeah, the HDMI IC, I replace many of them in PS4 or even in PS5. I think we had a video about it like last week. And the console, that console worked fine. But not this one. I replaced the HDMI IC still. So let's plug it in. Here, if I click, no sound at all. Yeah, there is no beep at all. So let's check some voltages here. So we have 12 volt here.
So in this coil there is a 5 volt here. I checked the fuses. 5 volt in this fuse. 1 point each, so it is small power supply. It works. 5 volt here and 1.9 volt here. $12 volt, 5 volt here, so 5 volt here, in the power button 3.3 in the power button is good. $12 volt, so let's check just
Randomly we check the capacitors for the church. This is not a shirt, that's just 12 volt from the power supply still holding the charge. Same time we check the fuses. So there's 2 fuses here. Hmm. 0.6. I don't know this capacitor here, if it's normal to be a low ohm. This one here is a 20 ohm. This one 30 ohm. So this side of the MOSFET, the fuse is still good. Yeah, there is no short in the side of this MOSFET. Now let's keep checking. So this one we need to look for it. This is just there is a charge, but it's not a short because we have no number here. This capacitor here is a low ohm. Let me see this one here. Yeah, it's a low ohm here too. Yeah, this is the bridge. So this there is an apron here, there is no shortchange. Yeah, 0.4 is 4 ohm is kind of very low. So here, so could be this bridge is shorted. I don't know. And at the moment I don't have any other good board to test this here or this capacitor here if it's normal to test short. So we have this one here and we have this power line here. So what do you think about this one here and this capacitor here? If I plug it, this one it doesn't have the HDMI IC, so it's been removed, the HDMI IC here. So you hear the console, it's did one beep. You hear that? So there is one beep, but because there is no HDMI IC, if I put a good HDMI IC, it's going to be no beep. So let's see the voltages here. Nothing. Here. Same thing, we have 5 volt here. We have 5 volt here. 3.3 here. One point eight, 1.9. So what do you think? Could be that that bridge IC is bad. Yeah, if you have any idea what could be the problem, if I replace that bridge IC, if it's gonna work, I will do that. So this all for this video, and we go to the next device.